This windmill is roughly 10 metres tall, can produce around about 17 volts, charge a battery, and only lasted about a week before 2 of the blades broke off, which isn't ideal. Although they were 3D printed and attached with just a little bit of glue on a tiny tab, which obviously didn't work very well. And so I got these, some actual carbon fibre rods, which hopefully should let me make the blades quite a bit stronger and a fair bit bigger. And this new design has the rod attached to several sections, which themselves are 3D printed, but only with an infill density of 4%, which should hopefully make the blades quite light. And these new blades are quite a bit bigger than the last, with them now measuring in at 125 centimetres. However, other than the brittle blades, this windmill still had 3 other issues that needed fixed, with the first relating to the wire running down the tower, and I kind of need a model to help explain this. And as primitive as this model is, it's actually quite accurate, as the wire from the generator is just straight down the side and attached to the tower, but then when the wind starts and the windmill points itself in the right direction, if the wind keeps on turning, the windmill will follow, eventually tangling itself in its own cable. However, I was able to find a solution, which came in the form of this thing, which itself had a few components. Firstly, this thrust bearing, which takes a vertical load and allows something to rotate using these ball bearings. But this is what I really needed. It's called a slip ring. It connects a couple wires to a couple brushes on a cylinder, allowing the wires to rotate around an axis without getting tangled. And after creating the base and adding a thrust bearing, everything else allowed half of the wires to connect to the stationary tower and the other half to rotate with the generator, which is the next issue. As after I removed the generator from the previous design, I noticed it didn't sound great. There was definitely something inside. I then bolted on these 3 bits of wood to give the blades something to attach to and then reconnected the generator. However, despite the blades being actually relatively rigid, there's not much left of the carbon rod to attach anything to. And so, to attach the blades to the planks of wood, I created these 3D printed sandwich clamps, which hold the carbon rod in the middle and are just screwed together. Although, after the first test, I have my doubts. But before I just attach all 3 of them anyway, I thought I should improve the finish of the blades, as they're currently full of holes. And now that I have lightweight blades, this, my current electronic system, is my final issue, as it is just wires aimlessly hammered to a bit of plywood. But I did buy this little box, which should hopefully let me condense this mess onto this actual circuit board, which consists of horizontal connectors on the top and vertical in the middle, which should allow me to easily connect all these electronic trinkets, whether that's LEDs, joysticks, resistors, or colourful wire, and maybe the odd sensor. But for now, I'll just remake the system I know. which includes a rectifier, a couple capacitors, and a voltage regulator, all used to charge a battery, with this new system then connected to the generator for an initial test. Which thankfully was successful, meaning everything could be attached to the base, including a tail fin, then the tower. With this new improved design, taking the electricity from the generator, passing it through the slip ring, down the tower, to the new circuit board, which tracks the amount of power the windmill makes. Although I have my concerns. Firstly, the wires in the slip ring are absolutely tiny, and these 3D printed clamps aren't exactly robust. And although the blades have a 3 metre diameter and look pretty good, they are quite fragile. And all these things might affect the power output, but there's only one way to find out. Although I didn't have to wait long before something happened. But this was just the tip of one blade, a section that wasn't connected to the carbon rod, and the turbine still seemed to work without it. It would point in the right direction without getting tangled, there was just enough clearance for each of the blades, and the blade to tower ratio was a lot better. But the tower did seem to wobble quite a lot, even at low RPMs. But it should still be able to make power. And even in these low wind conditions, it could still make a couple volts. And I thought, with a bit more wind, the output should be a lot higher. But unfortunately, I don't know if it was the electronics or just the really bad wobble it has. It still couldn't produce any amps or charge the battery. And so it's actually somehow got worse. But hopefully the next version, with this little Arduino, should be better.